We do fortunately have what we like to call a new population of people on the planet, and we now have adults living with Duchenne, which typically was considered a pediatric disease, but we now are fortunate to be able to say it's a pediatric onset disease.
It's a good problem to have, but it brings about a whole new realm of challenges and things that we need to tackle.
So what we have is men who graduate from college or graduate school who then don't have the ability to pay for a primary caregiver to get their first job, to pay for the vehicle modifications, to pay for the modifications for their home. So what we need are real significant policy changes to enable that autonomy that those men deserve and need.
I think that anybody can get married or have a job or do what they want. And I would have liked to hear this when I was younger.
So PPMD started the PPMD Adult Advisory Committee, which has helped advise us on policy issues well beyond research, but policy issues related to independence and autonomy.
Advise and inform PPMD on different issues that affect adults with Duchenne and Becker, and also to help get the word out about what life is like with the disease, how one can tackle different challenges, how one can work, how one can find love.
So it's a group of adult guys that come together to advise, help Parent Project with advice, from firsthand.
They are helping to advise us on the activities and the programs PPMD is pursuing. They're also developing resources for the community to help navigate things like insurance and education and home remodeling.
There are a lot of practical aspects that come with getting older, getting a job, knowing how to write a resume, knowing how to deal with a job interview, and addressing the questions about disability that might come up.
It's really amazing to see sort of how things have progressed and that these young men are taking action for themselves and creating new pathways. We have attorneys and doctors.
They're really incredible men who've really helped us guide our path as far as what we're engaged in. They're creating, they've been engaged in NIH committees, FDA committees, DSMBs for industry. It's been very powerful.
To move things forward in a collective sense for all of us dealing with muscular dystrophy.
There's no need to let your disability make you think that you can't do certain things.
Try to be as independent as possible.
There used to be this medical model of disability where it was very hard for clinicians and others, and whether it was in government or in other areas, to see past the disease, to see past the disability, to see that person at really that basic level and everything they deal with day in and day out in their lives. And I think the shift that we have now to the social model where you're seeing people for who they are and what they can accomplish, I think that's a tremendous, incredible thing, really, that the PPMD helps to promote, and I certainly appreciate the organization and what it does in that regard.